Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new speed build. Today I have a huge family home for you guys, and I am so excited to share this because I absolutely love this house. I love it so much, and I had so much fun with it, and I feel like I haven't shared a suburban with you guys in a while, and I just miss them so much, and so I just wanted to share this one with you, and I hope you guys like it as well. So this house is built in San Sequoia on a 50 by 40, I believe, so it's a pretty big lot, which is also why this video ends up being so long. So grab some snacks, grab a drink, do whatever you need to do, and settle in, because it's going to be a long video, but it's going to be so worth it because I love this house so much, and I'm really excited to share this because I think you guys will like it too. But yeah, so it's built in San Sequoia on a 50 by 40, and it's where the Michelsons, it's where they live originally. If you go into San Sequoia and in a brand new save file, this is where they live. And yeah, I went into this house knowing a few different things. First off, I knew that I wanted it to be huge. I knew I wanted it to be super big and very spacious and have everything you need, kind of like an ultimate family home. But then I also knew that I wanted there to be not just two parents and then their kids. So there ends up being a little pool house kind of, where I made a room which you can have whoever you want in there. But for my save file, there's going to be an aunt living there because I feel like I haven't done that before, or if I have, it's been a very long time, where an aunt is living with the family as well, which, to be honest, I should do more often because it's very realistic. It's literally how my house is. Currently I live in dorms at college, but when I'm at home, it's with my parents, my brother, my aunt, and then my cousin. So for me, this is very realistic, so I had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, there also ends up being a garage, which in there's a teen's bedroom and also a little, I want to say, workshop area. I don't actually remember if that's correct or not, but I think so. And then there also ends up being a greenhouse. So there ends up being a lot of things. And then obviously in the main house, there ends up being the regular kitchen, living room, whatever. But then there's also an office and a parent's bedroom, two kids' bedrooms, and then an infant's room, I think. So there ends up being a lot of rooms. There's room for, I think, how many Sims are that? There's two parents, two kids, one teen, a toddler, or not toddler, an infant, and then an aunt. So there's room for 7 Sims, I guess, but technically in the aunt's room you can have two Sims, so you can have 8. But then I also think I made it so that they have a dog, I think. I built this a while ago. I literally built this almost a year ago. I finished it in, when was it, in February last year, so it's been basically a year, and I need to get better at posting my videos, honestly. I've been wanting to post this for forever, but I was a little scared to edit it because I knew it was going to be a long video, but then I was like, you know what, I just want to share it. So yeah, here you guys are, but there won't be any items from any of the newer packs. So if you don't have them, you can download this without any issues. And if you do want to download this, but you want to use something from any of the packs we got from last year, or if you're watching this in the future from this point onwards and a year back, you can of course just add them into the house if you want to, after you downloaded it. I really don't care. I think if I built this now, I definitely would have used items from the new packs and kits and whatever we got last year. But yeah, also this house has a huge outdoor space because the house is pretty big, but since this is a 50 by 40, it's still a huge lot, even though the house is huge as well. So again, I tried to fill it up a little bit with the garage and the greenhouse and the pool house, but there also ends up being a tree house, which I love. I did the pre-built one from what's it called, Growing Together. I almost said Get Together. The names of the packs are really confusing sometimes. But I did the pre-built one from Growing Together, and I did the one that kind of looks like it's a castle, kind of like a fairy tale castle. We have a few different options when you build them. We don't have a pre-built one in the menu, in the build and buy menu, if you get what I mean. But what I've done is that I've had a sim come in once and built all the different versions, and then I have downloaded them into my library. And if you search in the gallery, I'm sure there are people who have done that, so you don't have to build them yourselves. But yeah, so I decided to do use again the one with the kind of like fairy tale one, because it fits the two kids that I imagine living here, which I will get on talking about in a bit. But currently you'll probably see me mess around with the color scheme for the exterior because it was a pain. You probably saw that the screenshot, like not the screenshot, the thumbnail of this video, it has a little bit of a different color scheme than what we have going on right now, because I do end up changing it. I ended up changing it to this like brown kind of color scheme, and I think I like that a lot more. I remember that I was struggling so hard with the color scheme and the windows and everything. In the end, I do end up using windows from the Growing Together expansion pack. So yeah, I think they just, again, they fit the world. Obviously this is San Sequoia, which came with that pack, so I just like the windows. And then I also knew that I want to use the like huge rounded window from the industrial loft kit, and so I used that, which ends up being in the dining room / kitchen because it's combined. But yes, I know I wanted to use those. So it did take a little while to like figure out which windows to use, but in the end I'm really happy with these ones. Again, I knew I wanted to use the big one, but then which windows to match those with was a little hard, but yeah, I ended up going with the ones from Growing Together. So moving on, talking more about the family, so you can get an idea of like why I'm doing certain things for this house. Again, like the tree house, like why I picked that and stuff like that. So I wasn't entirely sure of like what the parents do. Again, there ends up being an office in there, in the house. There ends up being an office, and I do put an art easel in there, so maybe one of the parents like likes painting or something. But I was thinking that one of the parents, at least one of the parents, has like a good paying job because this house is huge, but I'm not exactly sure what they do. I know that probably one or both like also likes the outdoors a little bit, or like I don't know, like growing things. What it's called, like they like gardening, I guess, because there ends up being like a greenhouse, and there's a whole section out of the backyard with the like planters and everything. So at least one of the parents are into that. But then I didn't really think more in depth of like the parents' storyline or like stuff like that, because parents are always so hard because I never really know. And then the teens room, like I said before, ends up being in the garage, and I was thinking that the teen is really into like gaming but also sports. It's kind of just like a typical teen. They're into a little bit of everything, but I think they really like having their own like room and bathroom out there, and they're just chilling. They also might not be a teen, they might be like a university student. That would also make sense. I was thinking that the aunt is probably a university student or something like that, and that's why oh, voice crack. That's why she lives here to just like save some money, and she's probably really close with their sibling who lives here, like one of the parents. Plus they can take care of like the children if the parents are working, I guess. But yeah, and then like I said before, there ends up being two kids, and I was thinking that they might be twins, but one of them is really into like sports and stuff like that, which ends up being the pink bedroom. And they're really into sports, and specifically like football or soccer, as some of you would call it. But they're really into football and they're really into sports, but at the same time they're still very girly, because I realized that whenever I tend to do like sports rooms, they end up being not pink, like not that girly. Like even though I might imagine like a girl living there, I still don't make it like very girly. So I was like, you know what, I want to do that because that is so realistic. I remember growing up, I was never into sports, but I remember growing up and having a lot of friends who were into like football and stuff like that, but they were also still very girly and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of reflect that in that bedroom, because I don't know why I don't do that, but yeah, anyways, I did that for this house. And then the other kid I was thinking is more maybe like creative and also a little bit sciencey, because I do think I end up putting the science table in there. I'm not completely sure. And that bedroom ends up being very teal, and I really like those two like colors together. They ends up having a like joint bathroom. I think it's called a Jack and Jill bathroom, if I remember correctly. It ends up having a joint one, which I had so much fun decorating. Obviously you won't see me decorate it. You will only see me decorate like one of the bathrooms in this entire house. But that bathroom ends up being like really fun because I was just able to, I don't know, thing is, right, when I decorate bathrooms, I usually do them very generic, and for the bathrooms in like this house, because again they have like a specific bathroom that they're the only two people using that, and then also like the teens bathroom, I was able to use some of the swatches of like the like hand soap that we have. It's really weird, but you know the hand soap that we got from the oh my god, what is up with my voice? You know the hand soap that we got from the bathroom clutter kit, and some other things we got from that kit. There are some swatches that are like more catered towards like kids, and I never used them, but I was able to use them in this, which was really fun. And then again, there ends up being an infant. I almost said a toddler. I don't know why I keep thinking it's a toddler, but it's an infant. And the infant also kind of has their own bathroom. And at first I was going to make it into a bathroom, but then I was like, that doesn't make any sense. So I put a changing table in there. And I was thinking that like when they grow up, either you can make it into a bathroom, but I mean, piping wise, that wouldn't really make sense. That would be like a huge renovation. Sorry, I've not recorded a voiceover in a hot minute, which I will be talking about later, but I'm so sorry. But I was thinking that, again, like it would just be such a huge job to do like in real life. Obviously in The Sims it's nothing because you can just like delete objects and put them there, but like if we're thinking realism here, like doing it into a whole bathroom would take so long, and it would be so much work and piping and expensive and everything. So I was thinking that maybe they would be turned into like a closet when they grow up. I don't know, because it is kind of just a perfect shape for that, because it is just a 2x2 like tile room, so it's not a big room at all. And so yeah, I thought that might be what they do with it when it grows up, but obviously if you're playing in this house, you get to decide. I don't really care right now. But I did have a lot of fun with the infants room. I love making infants rooms. I do still want more like infant stuff in the game, because I feel like we don't have that much stuff, and the same with toddlers. I feel like we just don't have enough stuff, and I want a like infant and toddlers pack, or like kit. I mean, we do already have toddler stuff, but I feel like toddler stuff didn't actually come with as many things as I wanted it to, and I almost never use it, I guess. I mean, I use it sometimes, but I don't really use it, and I want like a new revamped version of it maybe. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys also feel like that, like you want something more, I don't know, just something more for them. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, that's kind of like the family that ends up living here. I didn't do anything like an in-depth storyline or anything like that, because for this house I honestly just wanted to have fun and do whatever I wanted, because I love making Suburbans. If you didn't know, like that is my bread and butter. I mean you should probably unless this is like your first video here, then hi, I'm Mal. I love making Suburbans, but if you've been here before, you know that I talk about it all the time, how like Suburbans are my favorite thing to do. But I feel like at the end of last year we got so many new things, like one after another. Like at first it was Love Struck, then we got a few different kits, and then we got Life and Death and stuff like that, and I just did not have time to like make my Suburbans and like post them, and I was very sad. And then I also had like other videos that I wanted to post for you guys, so I feel like it's been a while since I posted a Suburban. Maybe that's just what I'm thinking, but I feel like it. And I remember when I built this, again, I finished this almost a year ago, so obviously when I built this I didn't know that, but sometimes I just feel like I get so focused on like making other things that I like forget about my Suburbans, and then I just get the urge to really build one, and then I do it and I love it, and I just get to have the time of my life. Like don't get me wrong, I absolutely love making videos. What? I do love making videos, but I love making builds that are a little bit outside my comfort zone. Like I've really started to love doing those in the past like year, 2 years, but sometimes I just want to do my Suburbans. So yeah, here we are. Here's a Suburban. So again, a little bit more about the exterior for this build. I am gonna try to talk about the build a little bit. I know I have some things that I want to talk about, like why I've been gone and stuff like that, but I want to talk about the build as much as possible, because I know a lot of people appreciate that as well as my rambles. So I'm gonna try to do a mix, but I'm gonna try to talk about the build for like the majority, hopefully. But for the exterior, again, you can now see that I've changed the color scheme to what it ends up being, and I use the like wood paneling is from Horse Ranch, I'm pretty sure, and then the brick I use, I believe, is from Realm of Magic. And at the front of the house there ends up being like a big driveway, and I put 2 cars there, like leading up to the garage. And then I also made this pond, which I had, to be fair, I still do this, but like I specifically had a phase around the time I built this where I made a pond anytime there was like a huge space in a front yard, which like I love the look of them, but looking back on it is a little weird. I mean, for this house, it makes a little bit sense because it's so big, but it's a little weird. Also, I did put the rundown kind of like, not bridge, but like deck. Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called in English. I'm sorry. But I ended up putting that there, which again, hindsight, why do you need that? That's not a big pond, but it looks good, so I'm just gonna go with it. But in hindsight, maybe not as realistic as it should be, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But anyways, so for the two cars I used one, the white one is from Get Together, I think. Both of them are in the live edit menu. If you didn't know, we don't actually have cars in the game, we just have like live edit ones, but they're fine. And then I used the truck, and then as always, I cluttered up the truck bed with a little bit of just like soil and some boxes and stuff like that. I love doing that. Anytime I use a truck in a build, I try to do that just because of realism, and we all know that I love cluttering things, so it just makes sense, honestly, for me. And then there ends up being kind of two front porches. There's the main one, which has like the main front door, and then there's a side one. And on the main one, I kind of just put everything I usually do. I put a rocking chair. I think I end up putting maybe a chess table? Question mark? I don't know. It's been a while since I built this, but I think so. It's what I usually do. And then on the other front porch, I think I just put like some sitting areas. I think maybe the woodworking table and stuff like that, just for some extra gameplay. Again, for this house, I wanted to have as much gameplay as possible. And then for the backyard, again, it's so big, so I kind of sectioned it off with some like the fences. And the fence I used the classic like white picket fence, which I really want to use for this build because I forget about it all the time. I never use it. I don't know why. It's from the Backyard Stuff, I believe, which is a great, honestly, stuff pack. I feel like it's a very slept on stuff pack, but it's a good one. But I used that fence, and then I kind of like sectioned some like areas off. So like the first area is where the treehouse ends up being, and there's also just some like other playthings for like the kids and stuff like that. I was thinking that that's probably like their section of the garden, or the backyard. And then I think there also ends up being a, what's it called? A fire pit kind of there, which the kids should probably not be around, but like, it's fine. And then the next section, like that kind of leads into where the main part is, but to the, what would be the left, is where the greenhouse ends up being, and some planters and stuff like that. I love the greenhouse. I don't know why, I love making greenhouses. I love cluttering them up so much. And for this one, I ended up putting the table that we got from the, what was that kit called? It was something about Greenhouse Haven kit. That is what it's called. I was like, I think it has greenhouse in it, and then it just rolled off the tongue. But yeah, I put the table that we got from the Greenhouse Haven kit like kind of in the middle as kind of like a work space for them, and then I just cluttered that up so much, and then I put some planters in there as well, and just some other just like storage things, and I love the look of it. I also use the windows and stuff like that from the Greenhouse Haven kit and in the brown swatch, and I love it. It looks so cute. And then, like I said, the main kind of section of the garden, the kind of like middle part, is where the pool and pool house ends up being. So the pool is elevated together with like the pool house, and I was thinking that the pool house, I don't know if any of you have watched Gilmore Girls before. It was that type of pool house I was thinking, because I have never had a pool house. Like, obviously, I don't think that's like a normal thing to have. I don't know. But I think normally a pool house, you might have like, I don't know, like a bar in there, and like maybe like a mini fridge or something like that. So like if you're out, you don't have to like go into the house to get something to drink or like something to eat or whatever. But again, I don't completely know, but I was thinking about the pool house in Gilmore Girls, which Rory ends up living in for a little bit, and so I was thinking again of like what she kind of had there. So it's not that big, but there ends up being a little like kitchen area and a little just like seating area, and there's also a bathroom there, which I was thinking obviously the aunt uses because she lives there, just her bedroom is there. But then I was also thinking that maybe like if the family is out by the pool and they need to just like go to the bathroom, instead of going inside, they can probably just go to that bathroom, even though it's probably mostly used by the aunt. But yeah, so it ends up being the pool house and the pool. I also put some sun lounges there, and then kind of like next, or like to the left of the pool, on like the grass area. I had no idea what to do there because it was kind of this just like open area and I had no clue what to do, but in the end I end up using some like yoga mats there, and I put a little like fountain thing, and there's some, again, the yoga mats, and I think also the meditation stool I put there, so maybe one of the parents are really into like yoga and like wellness and stuff like that. So there ends up being a little bit of like a meditation space, which again I was not imagining when I first built this, but then I was like, I don't know what to do with this space because the kids already have like a swing set and they have the treehouse and they have everything like that they need, so I didn't really know what to do with it. But yeah, I really like it. I also put to kind of like put the wall ish between where the pool is and this meditation area because it looked a little bit weird. I decided to use some like kind of like dividers, but they're supposed to be outside the dividers that are like has a crisscross pattern on them, and then there's like some roses growing on them, so like again it looks like they're gonna be outside, and those are from the Romantic Garden Stuff pack, and I never ever use them. I think I can count on like one hand how many times I've used that divider, and there's two different versions of it. There's one that is like a regular one, and then there's one that has like a circular hole cut out in it, and if I remember correctly I use both of them. Like I think I mainly use like the regular one, and then I think I put one of the circular ones in there as well. And again, it's just to create some, I don't know, some like I don't know what to say, some space between like the maybe like the kids are in the pool or something like that, and it's really loud and stuff like that, so I feel like they might just like, again, the work as dividers, they would like shut out the noise a little bit maybe if someone is trying to meditate. I don't know what I'm saying, I have no clue, but I really like the little space. It ends up being super cozy and I really love it. And then there also ends up being another part of the garden. I know there's so much to the backyard for this backyard garden, whatever, there's so much to it, but in the garden or the backyard, there also ends up being another part where they have like kind of like a eating area, so there's up being a barbecue out there and a like dining table, and also some like just seating areas so they can just chill there, and I love it so much. Oh, I also forgot, sorry. Going back to kind of like the meditation space, I just realized I was supposed to say this. I used a tree that kind of goes out from that and then also a little bit above the pool, which has these lights coming off of it, and I love this tree so much. It is from the movie Hangout Stuff pack, and people, I feel like, never use it. I feel like I never see it. I love it, and I use it as much as possible because I really like the fact that they have like some lights in them, and I feel like this family would be the type of family to like have like barbecues and stuff like that, and like spend their like nights, like summer nights outside with probably like some family and friends and stuff like that. So I feel like the cozy lighting from that would be really cute, so that's why I added that. I feel like I might get some questions about where that tree is from, so I thought I might just, you know, say it right now where it's from. But yeah, going back to like the eating space again, I was thinking that this family probably hosts a lot of like, maybe not parties in the sense of like loud music and like drinks and stuff like that. I was thinking more like, you know, like neighborly parties. Maybe they like invite their neighbors over and they have like a dinner party kind of vibe. And I was thinking again during like the summer times, they probably, I don't know, like sit out there and have some good dinner, like some barbecue dinner and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's it for the exterior. It was a lot. But again, I think that's it. For the interior, I don't have that much to say, but I really wanted the interior to be like cozy but not traditional, so I used a mix kind of between a little bit of like modern furniture combined with like, I don't know, regular furniture. I feel like it's a very like quote unquote regular house. Like this is the type of furnishing you would see in like any type of house ever. Again, it's kind of like a mix, and it's not modern in the sense of like it's not cozy, it's like not clean and stuff like that, it's not boxy, but it's modern in the sense of like the furniture pieces are new but like they're not uncomfortable. If this doesn't make any sense to anyone, I have no clue. You'll see what I mean when we go into the interior. But yeah, I really love the interior. The kitchen and the dining space are combined, which I really liked. It ends up being having, like, the kitchen ends up being like gray, which I almost never do a gray kitchen, but I think it's really cute. And then I don't really know what else. The living room is really cozy. I believe I used some base game couches and then colored those up with pillows. If I'm right, I'm gonna check. I was in fact right. Again, it's been so long since I built this, and I edited this like a month or two ago, so it's a little bit out of my head. I'm so sorry, but yeah. And then again, there ends up being an office. It's pretty big, but I really like it. There also ends up being a like laundry room, and I think I show you it. I might have edited that out. I don't completely remember. And then the upstairs is where like the bedrooms are. Obviously not the bedroom for the aunt or the teen, but it's for the rest of the families. They have their bedrooms upstairs. The parents have an ensuite bathroom as well as a like walk-in closet. I had a lot of fun with, and yeah, I think that's about it. Honestly, I don't completely remember. I don't know. I love this house, and I really hope you guys like it as well. If you want to download it, my gallery ID is Sims04, and the tray files will be linked down below. I just need to remember to do them. So if I haven't yet, just remind me. And I will. But yeah, I don't know if there was anything else about the house per se. You know how I said that I was going to talk about the house the majority of the video? Yeah, it's not going well. Mostly just because I don't remember if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. I don't know. I just know that I had a lot of fun with this house. It doesn't help that, like, I built this a long time ago. I genuinely need to start getting better at, like, editing and posting my videos, like, right away. I really need to get better at that. Also for the timestamps for the video, I think I'm gonna make it so that, like, obviously the exterior has their own timestamp, and then the pool house is gonna be one, and then the garage is gonna be one, and then like the main house is gonna be another one. So just to make it easier for you guys to navigate. I know that that might be like overboard for some people, but for me, I'm the type of person that really appreciates that type of stuff, because if I am going back into a video to like see kind of what they did, it's so much easier to navigate like where in the video that is. And if you just want to watch like the interior, you could, you know, flash forward. That's not it. What is it called? Not flash forward. I don't know what it's called. You can just go forward in the video. That's it. I'm really tired. I am so sorry. I also love that I have like half the video left, more than half, and I am already done talking about the video itself. Oh god, I need help. I need something to talk about. I just don't know what else to talk about, honestly. But yeah, going on to my rambles. So like I said before, I will explain why I've been gone, because I posted my last video and it was about like the Life and Death expansion pack, and then I was like, I'll post a video soon. I was supposed to. I was supposed to post this. This video, again, I've had it edited for a while. I just need to take like the screenshots and do the voiceover, but then I wasn't able to, and then I also had a Christmas build that I was supposed to post. I did post a sneak peek of it on Twitter and on Blue Sky, which by the way, I have Blue Sky now, if you guys want to follow over there. I did post like a picture of the house there, but yeah, I was never able to actually finish it because I have been really busy. So obviously before Christmas, it was the whole like before Christmas hectic and stuff like that. And then during like Christmas and my entire school break, I was away. I was in England visiting my boyfriend and his family. And it was amazing. But then the week before I left, so like the week I left on the 20th, so the week before that, I was kind of a wreck. I was not doing well mentally, physically, anything. I was just not okay. So I did prioritize just staying home with my parents and just chilling instead of making videos, which I hope that all of you can understand, and I think you all can understand. So I kind of just couldn't do it then. And then again, I left and I was away all Christmas and all New Year's and all of that. So yeah, and then also I've been super busy lately, like IRL. I know I've talked about it recently, but not recently, but I know I talked about it in like videos before I took the little break. But like moving to college and moving into my dorm, stuff like that, has made me so much more of a busy woman, because I go out with my friends almost every single weekend. Not always like out to like clubs and partying, sometimes that, but sometimes we just like chill and watch movies and stuff like that. And I have not, I swear to God, guys, like the month and a half or 2 months before like Christmas, I had not had a single free weekend. This is the first like free weekend I've had in a very long time, where I hadn't had any plans. I was supposed to go and see my parents this week, but this weekend, but I needed to chill. I needed to do whatever I wanted to do. Like, don't get me wrong, I love being with my friends, but I just need to do mine. And then obviously when I was at my boyfriend's, like I have every single day free, but I wasn't at my PC, so then I couldn't do this. Obviously if I had my PC there, I would have been able to like get videos out to you guys. But yeah, I've just been really, really busy, and I never expected that to happen, and I don't think anyone was expecting that to happen. But yeah, so I apologize for this, but I think you guys can understand. But it has been really fun. Like, being in England with my boyfriend and with his family was probably like, it was one of the best Christmases I've ever had. It was the best New Year's I've ever had. It was really fun, and videos might not be as regular this year at all, compared to like last year, because once again I have college now, and then also I'm going to see my boyfriend on like every single break, so yeah, I won't have as much free time. And then also I still have my friends that that I like go out with and stuff like that. So I think even next weekend I already have plans, which is insane. And yeah, I have not had the time. And don't get me wrong, I love making videos. Like, I love it. I love like interacting with you guys. It is one of my favorite parts of my day. I love it so much. I just have not had the time, and I need to get better at like time management, because this is not good. I need to figure some type of system out, to not get burned out from like college and then this and just everything. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun though. I'm living the life right now, but I also just want to chill a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, so again, I was gone all Christmas and New Year's. It was really weird though, because I've obviously celebrated Christmas and New Year's and stuff like that with my family my entire life, and I'm from Sweden, if you didn't know, and I celebrate like with Swedish traditions and stuff like that. So I celebrate on the 24th. I have for my entire life. We always celebrate on the 24th. Don't ask me why. I don't completely know. I just how we are in Sweden. And I think I looked it up, and it's the other like Nordic countries. They also do it. And then I think it was like some other European countries as well, and some South American countries, which is really interesting. I don't really know why we do it, but we do. So this year, obviously I didn't, because I was celebrating in England, and so celebrating on the 25th was a little bit weird. And then also like having other like foods and stuff like that, because my family, we're not big on like any holiday really, but Christmas is like one that we are, and mostly just because of the food, because I'm come from a foodie family. It's just what we love. But having like English Christmas food was really weird. It was super good. Like, don't get me wrong, I freaking loved it, but it was a little weird. And just the Christmas traditions in general was just a little weird, but it was really fun, and I had such a good time. And obviously I love my boyfriend, like, come on now, I love him. But I also love his family. It's not the first time I've been there, obviously, but I think this time I felt much more at home than I did last time, because before, when I've been there, it's been like I felt more like a guest, and this time I just felt like I was home. I could do whatever I wanted. So it was really fun, and yeah, I highly recommend, like, if you ever get the chance to celebrate Christmas in another country, and not just in another country, but like with the people in that country, in that culture, I highly recommend it. Or like any type of holiday you celebrate. If you don't celebrate Christmas, obviously don't do that, but like if you ever get to like take part of someone else's traditions, it's really interesting and really fun. And I had such a good time. And this was also the first New Year's where I actually went to like a party, because my family, again, we're not big on New Year's, and the only thing on any holiday, the only thing we do for New Year's is usually like eat good food, and that's about it. And then when it hits 12 o'clock, we make a toast and say like Happy New Year, and that's about it. But my boyfriend's family and like things like that. They have completely different traditions, and we had like a big party, and it was great. And yeah, it was really fun. And then when it hit 12, everyone went around and like everyone hugged each other, and it was so nice. And yeah, again, it's super fun for me at least to celebrate other, like celebrate like things that I normally would, but like in a different culture with different things. It's so interesting for me. And really, really fun. So yeah, I hope you guys had a good like New Year's or holidays if you don't celebrate. I was gonna say, I thought I said Christmas instead of New Year's, but I do hope you guys had a good New Year's and Christmas or other holidays. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a good time anyways. Let me know what you guys did, if you guys had any fun things to do, if you guys got presents, if you got anything good. I got a lot of good things. Again, my family, we give each other presents and stuff like that, but we are never the family who are like, we're gonna spend so much money and give so many presents. Like, no, we give thoughtful gifts, and I love it. Like, to be fair, I love giving gifts just because I love like seeing something and thinking of that person and giving it to them. I do not care about prices and stuff like that. Like, it could be the cheapest thing and I don't care. Like, as long as it reminds me of them, or like if someone got me something and it was from like Shein or whatever, I wouldn't care, because I would just be happy that like they saw this and they thought of me. Like, that's so sweet. But I got so many things that I'm super happy about. I honestly, before I recorded this, I was building kind of like a mini library that I got from my mom. I don't even know where she found it, how she found it. I've seen it before on like TikTok and stuff like that, but it's this like kind of like mini, again, like a mini library that you can put into your bookshelves, like with your books, and it lights up and it's really cozy. And I was building that. It's made out of wood, I think, and it has like small books that you like put, and it's so adorable and I love it. I'm in the middle of building it and I'm not done yet. I need to get batteries for it though, because the lights are batteries and I don't have, it's triple A, I think, and I only have double A, or like the opposite. I don't completely remember it, but I need to get those batteries, which I think I'll be able to do tomorrow. But yeah, I love it so much. It's so cute. And again, just my mom seeing that and like thinking of me, because she knows I love books and I love cozy things. Again, cozy things are like my entire thing. I love cozy and comfy things, and that has like some cozy lighting to it, and I love it. So yeah, I really love that. And then yeah, I got a bunch of other stuff as well, but I had so much fun, and it was probably like one of the best Christmases I've ever had. Not because of the presents, but again, just because of the vibe and like me celebrating it with the people I love and stuff like that. Obviously I love my family, but I mean like okay, the person I love, like my boyfriend, I was able to spend it with him, which was really nice. But yeah, also when I was away, I was there from the 20th to the 6th, so I was there for like about 2.5 weeks. When I was there, I finally watched a lot of movies that I was supposed to do, because we were just like chilling. I don't even know what we were doing. We were just in the living room and then like scrolling through movies, and then we were like looking through things, and I was like, oh, I've never seen that, and my boyfriend was like, what? So he forced me to watch like a bunch of stuff that I haven't watched before, and I do not regret it. So now I finally watched Avatar, both like the original Avatar and then Avatar The Way of Water, and I am really excited for the third one that's coming out. I think it's this year, right? And now I'm an Avatar stan. I love it so much. It's so good. I can't believe I hadn't watched it before. I think I had like watched the original probably around when it came out, but not like actively. It was probably like it was on and I was in the living room when my parents were there. So like it was on and I'd seen like maybe a scene or two, but I'd never actually like actively watched it. And the same with the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, which I had never watched before. And then my boyfriend and I think we got home from like a party or something, and we were just gonna watch something to fall asleep to, and then we saw that and I was like, oh yeah, I've never watched it, and he was like, what? Because it's some of his favorite movies. And so yeah, we watched those and it was amazing, and now I get all of the references and it's so good. I loved those movies so much. I think the original 3 are probably my favorite, because I get attached to characters like so easily, and if they like changed up the cast, which is what they did for the 4th and 5th movie, which like makes sense for the storyline, but still I just did not like it. Like, not gonna lie, I did not like it. Or I mean, I liked it, but it was like I wanted the original people, you know. I wanted Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom because I really loved them and I got really attached to, like, their story, which is probably oh, this is spoilers. If you haven't watched them, skip ahead a little bit, or just mute the video. But I mean, they are in the fifth movie a little bit, but not that much, and I really loved their storyline and their entire thing. So I think I just lost interest a little bit, but I did still like the last two ones. But the first three are probably my favorite. And now I finally understand that I got a jar of dirt, I got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside it? Because obviously I've seen that meme all over for like years, but I never understood like what it was about. Like I knew it was from those movies, but I never knew like what it was about. But now I do, and now I can I can actually be like cultured and know things. But yeah, I highly recommend those movies. And then I think we watched all the Ant-Man movies as well, which is really random, but we watched all of those. I hadn't watched the Quantumania one, but I'd watched the other two because I am a big Marvel fan. If you didn't know, I don't think that I've ever talked about that, to be honest. Which this might, like, some people might not know this about me, but I am a big Marvel fan. And so I hadn't watched the Quantumania one, but I really liked it. It was really good. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing the entire break, just chilling, watching stuff. I am rewatching Grey's Anatomy, but I had like the itch to rewatch Grey's Anatomy because I wanted to like catch up to kind of like know who the new people are and stuff like that. But I knew that if I do as I usually do, because I have been watching Grey's Anatomy since, I want to say like 2017 or something like that. Maybe not. Yeah, no, 2017, 2018, like something like that, like for a long time. But anytime I rewatch it, I start on season 1 and then I always get tired around like season 10. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to watch more, and I just get really bored. And again, I get attached to characters. So when I've followed so many characters and then they start leaving and stuff like that, by season 10, like 11, I'm just done. So this time instead I started watching at season 9 because I really love like those seasons, which is really sad because I didn't get to see Lexi, and Lexi's my favorite character of all time. But it's fine, I'll rewatch with Lexi some other time. But I started at season 9 this time. So it's not like a complete rewatch, but it's kind of just so that I get caught up, because again, I always get tired around season 10 or 11, and so I keep forgetting what happens in like the newer seasons, and I haven't even watched like season 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, like I haven't really watched them. So now I just started season 14 literally today, so my hope is that I won't get tired and that I will actually like pay attention this time to like what is happening, because like now I know what happened with like Joe's intern class and stuff like that. Like I knew vaguely, but I didn't completely remember, but now I will because I've already seen it and actually paid attention. So that's what I was doing when I was on my boyfriend's as well. Like he would be at his PC doing something and I would just be laying in his bed just watching Grey's Anatomy on the TV. It was great. It was really cozy. But then, okay, this is also Grey's Anatomy spoilers. If you haven't watched it and you're planning to and you don't want spoilers, again, mute the video for a little bit. But when Derek died, I was watching it and I was in the bed and my boyfriend turned around and I was just like crying, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's just really stupid because he's dead." And then he was like, "Oh, do you want anything?" And I was like, "No," but then he still like got into bed with me and just like held me while I was crying, and I was like, "It's fine, it's stupid." And he was like, "Yeah, I know, but you get really attached to characters." And I was like, "Oh my god, you listen." And then I started crying more because to be fair, I am not a big crier, but anytime I get overfilled with any emotion, I will start crying. So if I am happy, angry, sad, like, I don't know, nervous, like literally anything that are like really happy, really sad, like really angry and stuff like that, I will start crying. So if I feel really loved, I might start crying, which is what happened then as well. And I was already crying, so it was not helping, but that was really sweet of him. But then it also got me thinking, because anytime I watch a scene where like someone dies, it's not their death that like hurts me, it's the way it affects the people around them, because I imagine like if it's like a parent dying, imagine what if it was one of my parents dying. And so when it was Derek dying, I was like, oh my, what if it was my boyfriend dying? And then he was just holding me and I was like, don't leave, I love you. But yeah, it was really funny. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. That's how my life is going. Rewatching Grey's Anatomy, currently chilling, just completed a first week of school back, which is great. Although, right, my plane ride over there, great, amazing. Like, there was no delay. It was great. It was so good. Flight back, not so good, because my plane was delayed by an hour and a half, which was fine because it was a one-way, so I didn't have a connection. But I got to the airport, like, when we landed, I got to the airport, I was supposed to get there at 10:15, and the last train home for me was leaving at 11:15, or no, I think it was leaving at 11:05 or something like that, so I would have had time to, like, get my bags and everything and go on that train. But since my plane was an hour and a half delayed, we didn't land until 11:30, 11:45, something like that. 11:45 probably, yeah. So again, I was not able to get my train, and then I was like, what am I supposed to do now? Thankfully, my dad was able to book me into a hotel, so I slept in a hotel in Copenhagen that night. Because yes, I am from Sweden, but I'm from, like, the south of Sweden, so Copenhagen is, like, the easiest airport for me to go instead of the Stockholm one. Anyways, so I was sleeping in Copenhagen on a hotel that night. Thankfully, I had a hotel breakfast, which was really good, but then I had to wake up at 5 a.m. because I had a class at 9. And so I had to wake up at 5 a.m. and then get a train here, and then I got to my dorm like 30 minutes before my class started. Thankfully, again, my class is like literally a minute away from my dorm, but there was such a stressful morning because I was just like, I'm like half dead, because it takes me like an hour and 45 minutes, I think, from Copenhagen airport to, like, where I live. Kind of, it's more or less, it depends on what train and stuff like that, but like it takes me a while, and so yeah, it was really confusing, and it was really hard, and I was so tired. The entire day I was just like, I don't want to do anything. Thankfully, my teachers, they were also just like, it's their first day back, we are not going to do anything like really hard today, so that was good. But yeah, that's how my flight home was, which I really hope that does not happen again, because I just want to go home. I was also super tired because I barely slept the night before because I was leaving, and I was crying. And I wasn't crying this time when I left. That's true, I wasn't. But I was just like, I didn't want to leave, so I was up all night just like, I don't want to leave. Although again, I'm going there in a month, so it doesn't matter. I don't know why I was being such a brat about it, but yeah. Anyways, that's been my week. That was on, I don't know, at some point. I don't know. I don't remember. So yeah. That is, to be fair, the only time I've ever had like a nightmare kind of like flight where it was like really delayed. It was like literally the only time. But otherwise it's been fine. Which is, thank God for that, because otherwise it would not have been fun. But yeah. I don't even know what I just said. I have no clue. I'm so tired. I don't know what else to talk about now. I have no clue. Oh yeah, actually, in the beginning of the video, you might have seen a little, like, graphic pop up about, like, if you want to use my creator code on the gallery, or not on the gallery, if you buy anything from the EA store or something like that, or from the EA app, if you want to use my code, you can do that, if you didn't know. But that graphic was so kindly made and sent to me from the EA Creator Network, so thank you so much for that. I am gonna use that in like every video from now on, but I am so happy with it, and I'm so happy that they did that for us. It's so kind. Like, I don't think anyone asked for it. I was just like, they were just like, here, we made this for you guys, here you go. And yeah, it's just really kind of them. So thank you so much to the Creator Network for that. Appreciate you so much. What else is there to talk about? I don't know. Oh, did you guys see the new kit leaks? I am so excited. Ooh, I wonder when they come out though. I don't know when, but I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to talk about, and I have no clue. Like, genuinely no clue, and I need to figure out something to talk about. I have been just sitting here for like 5 minutes trying to figure out something to talk about, but I still don't know. But I feel like, hear me out, right? If I talk a lot, I might just get into some like random subject, or I might see something in the video where I'm like, oh, I need to talk about this, and then I might. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to talk about. Actually, okay, I can talk about this because, again, I come from a food family, which means that when I was in the UK, I was thinking about food a lot. So here is my opinion about British food. No one asked, but here you go, because I have nothing else to talk about. And I personally hate watching videos when there's no one talking, and I love hearing rambles, and I think that maybe there's a small majority of some of you that might also like it. So here we go. I weirdly like British food. If you didn't know, I don't actually know how much I've talked about this, but I have a pretty severe allergy, and so I'm allergic to milk, and it's not one of, like, I'm not lactose intolerant, it's not that, it's something, like, a lot more serious. There we go. I'm allergic to milk protein, and so I have to be, like, I have to be pretty careful about, like, what I eat and, like, what it has in it and stuff like that, and I hate living in Sweden sometimes because, yes, we do have some options for it, but it's not that common. Like, if you go out, I can usually get something, but it's not, I don't know, I can't get what I want normally. But in the UK, they have so much milk-free stuff. It's great. I love it. Anything from Free From, great, amazing, love it. My boyfriend's mom bought me some, like, I think they were supposed to be, like, brownies from Free From. Amazing. 10 out of 10, so good. I want them right now. I want them in this exact moment. Also, Greg's. I love Greg's. Anytime I would pass, like, a Greg's or something, my boyfriend will always be like, Greg's, and I always make fun of him because, like, it's really funny. But then, we had a Greg's last time I was there, but I forgot how good they were. Like, oh my god, Greg's is so good. And I can eat the tuna baguette from there, and it's so good. I love it. And also the Yum Yums. I could eat the Yum Yums. And I never in my life thought I would taste anything so delicious, but Yum Yums are the best. I love them. And then also, I think it's just because, like, I live in a very remote place. And I have I was gonna say the majority of my life. That is not true. But for the past, like, almost 10 years, I have lived in a remote place. And before, I lived in a very big city, but then, like, you know, like, ordering food, like, Uber Eats and stuff like that wasn't really a thing, or wasn't a big thing, at least in my family, and so I couldn't do that. But since I was in, like, a pretty big city in the UK, we could order food whenever we wanted, and it was great, and it was amazing. I had Chinese, I had Jamaican, I had McDonald's, which it's not that exotic, but still, it was good. I had Greg's, I had, like, other things, like pizza, it was great. I had KFC, it was amazing, although I have bone to pick with KFC. See what I did? Chicken bone, sorry, my bad. But I have a bone to pick with KFC, because why on earth do you have milk and everything? They have it, I think, in, like, the batter that they put on the chicken, but, like, come on, guys, please. I can eat the popcorn chicken, and that's about it. I can eat the popcorn chicken, and for some reason, the hot wings, which is really weird, but I can eat those, and that's it, which is really unfortunate. So, KFC, if you're listening, which you aren't, but if you are, please get a grip. Why do you have milk in anything, and everything? Because we ordered food from, like, another place, and it was also, like fried chicken or something like that, and I could eat that. So come on, KFC, please, it's not that hard, come on now. But yeah, so I love British food so much. I love crumpets, so good. Like, why did no one tell me about crumpets until now? Love them. I wish we had them in Sweden, but we don't. I'm also I think I've become British because to be fair, we have, like, beans here, like, baked beans, like, Heinz baked beans. We have them here, too, and as a child, we used to have them if you had, like, family breakfast. So, like, I've grown up with them, but we had them literally one time when I was there, and now, when I got home, I bought, like, 4 cans of them, because I'm gonna eat them. and I'm gonna eat them all because I love beans, apparently. But they're really good, to be fair. But yeah, so apparently I love British food, which is really weird because British people are not known for their cuisine, but I also love prawn cocktail flavored crisps or chips or whatever you're from. I'm used to saying crisps now because of the UK, but I love prawn cocktail flavored things. I love them so much. I literally bought 2 bags of like crisps of prawn cocktail flavor at the airport so I can bring them home with me. I still have a bag left like right next to me because they're so good. Why don't we have them in Sweden? I'm questioning so much because they're so good. Also cherry tango, really good. Yorkshire pudding, really good. I'm trying to figure out what else. Something that is very British that I ate. I don't remember. Something. It's just really good. And I don't know if it's just like I'm not used to it or something, but I want it all the time, and I really wish we had crumpets here because they're so good. And I wish there was a way for me to bring back crumpets because crumpets are so good. And they're so easy to make, and they're so good. And I know I keep saying it, but it's so true. It is so true. They're so good. And also I eat like toasties every single day because toasties supreme easy. I remember last time when I was there, I ate so many toasties that I, for my birthday, wished for like a toasty like iron thing so I could like make toasties at home. And so I do have that now, but it's at my house, and I'm not at my house, obviously. I'm at my dorm. But it's really good. It's really, really good, and I want more because they're so good. I have so many issues. I love food. If you couldn't tell, I love food. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. Also, petition for Monster Energy to bring back bring to Sweden, the strawberry one that is like, you know, the really light pink, like strawberry ultra, whatever. Bring that one here because we don't have it. And then also the kind of like magenta one. I don't know what flavor it was. It's a punch one. I don't remember what flavor it was, but it was really good. The magenta one. I need it here right now. Please and thank you. Because I'm addicted to Monster. If you didn't know, this has been a thing for like since I was 18, and I'm now 20. So like, no, it's been more than that. It's been like 2.5 years, 3 years almost, where I have been addicted to Monster. Actually, wait, no, it would have been when I started high school or college or whatever you call it. So it would have been when I was 16? Question mark. That makes more sense. So like 4 years. I've been addicted to Monster so much. I have 3 cans right next to me. Because I love Monster so much. And my favorite, if anyone is wondering, which they're not, but if you are, my favorite is the Pacific Punch one, and then it's the Mango Loco, and then it's the Pipeline Punch, and then I love all of them very much. Actually, no, I know. The one that is like kind of coral with butterflies on it, I don't remember what it's called. That one. That is my 4th favorite one. And the like magenta one, again, the Punch Magenta, I don't actually know the name of it, but that one is up there with them, and so I want it here, please and thank you. I have so many issues. But I love Monster. It's so good. But yeah, also, sorry, I'm going crazy right now because I don't know why I thought it was a good idea for my first voiceover back to be like an over an hour long voiceover. Who thought that was a good idea? Well, I did. So I'm not that bright, but it's fine. But yeah, what else is there? Oh, I dyed my hair. Not that any of you care, but I dyed my hair. I'm no longer blonde. Last year I didn't dye my hair at all because I was like, I'm gonna let my natural grow out and stuff like that. I'm a natural blonde, a naturally strawberry blonde, and so I was gonna let that grow out. So I was blonde the entirety of last year, and I hated it. Don't get me wrong, I liked it, but it also just didn't feel like me. So when I was at my boyfriend's, his like mom and sister and his brother's girlfriend and stuff like that, they all like dye their hair a lot. So I was like, you know what, I'm also gonna dye my hair. So now I am back to being kind of like a red / purple head. Purple head, what? It's kind of like a red, it's kind of like a cherry red with a little bit of purple in it, which is my go-to color. I have had this hair color so many times before. I feel so much more at home in it. I think it also brings a contrast because I am very pale, like very, very pale. And I think whenever I'm blonde, it kind of just like washes me out. But now with this hair, there's a little bit more of a contrast because it's a little bit darker. So yeah, I'm really happy with it, and I'm no longer a blonde, which is really good. So sorry if you're a blonde, but I feel like it's always like the non-natural blondes want to be blonde, but like the natural blondes don't want to be blonde, if that makes sense. It's like when I remember when I was a child, I don't know if this is a thing now, but I remember when I was a kid, it was always like the people that had curly hair wanted straight hair, but the people with straight hair wanted curly hair. And I feel like it's kind of like the same thing. You always want what you don't have, and I think that applies to literally anything ever. But yeah, I really like darker hair. I don't like my blonde. But yeah, so I'm no longer blonde. Not that anyone cares whatsoever, but now you know. I'm trying to figure out what else to talk about now, because now I don't know again. This is not good. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, and I need to figure something out quickly. Actually, I don't know if I've talked about this, but in my dorm, I do have like a lot of posters and stuff like that up on my walls, and I made it kind of my own. And anytime now that I'm recording, anytime I'm sitting on my PC and I look up, I have 2 posters, and they're Studio Ghibli food, and I love them. It's like one of those, I don't know how to explain them, but it has like some like the 2 I have are Kiki's Delivery Service and then also Spirited Away, and the Kiki Delivery Service has like all the foods that are from that movie kind of, and there's this like figure 8, it's bread or whatever, and I really like it. And then the Spirited Away one is obviously with the Spirited Away food, and it's so cute, and it has the little like stars that she gives the little like soot ball thingies, I don't know what to call them, and it looks so good, but now I get hungry whenever I see them. But so if you're ever wondering what I'm staring at when I'm recording this voiceover or any voiceover, that is what I'm looking at. And yeah, it's really fun, but it looks so good. It looks delicious. And then next to that, I have 4 postcards actually that I got sent from the Creator Network, which was really sweet of them. We got them as a gift. I don't remember for what, but we got them as a gift a few months back, and yeah, I have them on my wall. Like, so anytime I also look up, I see Sim stuff and food stuff. And then also some drawings next to that I've done. So that's what I see anytime I look up from my monitors. Again, not that anyone cares, but I don't know what to talk about anymore, so here we are. Okay, just here we are. But yeah, I have no clue what else to talk about. I hope you guys are well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had, again, a good holiday season. I hope that for those of you who have gone back to school, that it's been smooth and good. Thankfully, my teachers are very understanding, so this week we haven't done anything like too hard. We've just been kind of chilling and like getting into the swing of things, because this is the first week back is so hard always. But it's been kind of chill, I think. I don't know, although the fire alarm went off the other day when we were eating dinner, and that was not fun, because we thought it was like just like a practice one, you know. It wasn't. Like, the thing is, like, right, we all thought it was, so we all just went out of the cafeteria, because we live on campus, we get dinner served as well, so we all just like went out. We took our sweet time as well. Because again, we all thought it was like a practice drill, like a drill. We didn't think it was like an actual thing. So we all just took our sweet time. We went outside, and then we were just standing there like, oh, how long is this gonna go on? Like, it usually only takes like a couple of minutes. And then people were like coming and going, like staff and stuff like that. And we were just like, what's going on? And then my principal came and was like, are you guys all right? Like, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, yeah, this is not a drill, by the way. The fire department is called. And we were like, what do you mean it's not a drill? So apparently it wasn't a drill. But thankfully it was only because of like it wasn't even a fire. I think it was like some steam, which aren't fire like sensors built to not like give off an alarm from steam. I thought they were, but I guess they're not? ? I have no clue. But yeah, so that was my evening a couple of days ago. It was not fun. It was super cold outside. I was wearing my slippers because I didn't think I was gonna go outside, so I was just wearing my slippers. But yeah, thankfully, again, it wasn't anything serious. It wasn't actually like a fire. But the fire department came, so that was fun. Got to see them, said hello. It was great. Then we went inside and finished our dinner, which was great as well. But it wasn't light. But yeah, anyways, that is all I have to talk about, and thankfully the video is almost done. So yeah, anyways, that's basically it for this video, and I really hope you liked it, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
Shh, 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 shh.